In our introductory video, we provided a brief overview of the EMD system we use at Snohomish County 911. In this session, we'll examine the step-by-step process we use for all incoming calls to the dispatch center, and then focus on those that involve medical emergencies. We consistently achieve the NINA standard of answering calls in 10 seconds or less, 90% of the time.
911, what is the address of the emergency?
After identifying ourselves as 911, our first step is to get the address of the emergency and verify a callback number in case we get disconnected.
And what's the phone number there for you?
This is especially critical as most calls come to us from mobile phones. Unlike landlines, we can't establish an exact address based on mobile numbers, and many callers don't readily know their location. In such cases, call takers are trained to work with the caller to ascertain a verifiable address using the CAD mapping system. Next, we ask a very specific question. Tell me exactly what happened. We use this precise wording to help callers offer the most important, pertinent information that describes why they might need help. Based on the answer to this question, the call for service, or CFS, that was started can be categorized for police, fire, or medical. If it's a medical emergency call, we launch ProQA software. Our 911 call takers are certified emergency medical dispatchers who use their experience to digest the caller's information, visualize the scene, and relate that information to the protocols in order to make appropriate decisions. To do that, we perform an initial acuity check. This includes the questions: is the patient awake? Is the patient breathing? Note that sometimes the information is revealed at the beginning of the call when we ask what happened. If the patient is reported to be not breathing and not conscious, ALS dispatch is initiated, and simultaneously, CPR instructions begin. Note that other life-saving instructions are available for immediate use by the EMD, including those used for a sinking vehicle, stuck accelerator, or a person on fire. If the patient is conscious and breathing, the EMD will select a chief complaint based on the information given, then asks additional questions to determine the circumstances and acuity level of the patient. This includes between 3 to 7 additional questions. Each answer helps guide the EMD to determine not only the primary problem, but also whether a medic assessment or EMT response is appropriate, as well as whether a lights and sirens response is necessary. Note that here the call taker may need to clarify questions if the caller doesn't understand. They may also skip questions if an answer is obvious. Also note that these questions are similar to the Snohomish County EMS checklist that paramedics follow. Here are 2 examples of key questions based upon Protocol 30, traumatic injuries, and Protocol 4, assault. These questions help the EMD triage the call based upon the severity of the symptoms, assess scene safety, and ensure we send the right resource at the right time. Regardless if a call comes at 2 a.m. or 2 p.m., the EMD will use the MPDS system to screen and respond to the call the same way. Note that high acuity calls are dispatched as quickly as possible. Once the determinate code is selected, the call for service is sent to the dispatcher for unit assignment. Simultaneously, the call taker continues to process the call. Post-dispatch is about providing the critical help before responders arrive. This involves preparing the scene and the patient for responders, and, as necessary, life-saving instructions. Depending on the type of the call, this can include CPR, childbirth, bleeding control, choking instructions, as well as scene safety instructions for the caller and administration of EpiPen, Narcan, or aspirin. From opening questions to post-dispatch, the protocols are focused on customer service, and provide reassuring statements to the caller throughout the assessment. EMDs are trained through use of the protocols to include statements to help calm the caller.
We are notifying the fire department to help you now. Stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're doing a great job. Just try to do it a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, take a deep breath, sweetie. You're doing a good job. I know that you're scared, but you're helping your mom, and that's the best thing that you can do right now, okay?
Our community expects that when they call 911, the person on the other end of the line will not only be able to send help, but will be able to guide them and provide them emergency medical instructions. As you're beginning to see, the MPDS protocol system is one tool that assures we are able to provide consistent, methodical guidance. In the next chapter, we'll look at how the system has been configured for use in the Snohomish County EMS system.